Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chiscool Gaming, and in today's video, we're gonna do the impossible. Literally, it is actually impossible to prevent drama. But there are things you can do that I think will help. And this is very critical because we just had a transfer into our state. It went well. We got a bunch of people in here. I'm hyped for it. But anytime you bring new people into a group, okay, things get mixed up. We got to reestablish, like, hey, this is the way we operate in this alliance. Here's our culture. Here's our rules. Here's our guidelines. And we talk about all this stuff with our transfer players before we bring them. We got stuff written down in a bunch of different places. But in this video, we're getting it all down in one place. We're going to write it all down, talk about how we operate our alliance. People often ask, Chiscool, how do you run an alliance? And like, I don't think that many people are interested in that kind of video, but I hope you prove me wrong, because I'm adding the plot twist of saying this will hopefully mitigate some drama. And when drama still happens with the kind of rules and regulations we've got in place, then you know it's the people that are causing the problems and not the structure that they're operating in, all right? So we're going to try to address drama. Not that we have a bunch of drama, gosh darn it. I mean, every state's got some amount of drama. Hey, look, the truth is, every state's got some amount of drama. But I think maybe we can prevent it using this approach. So I'm going to literally open up Discord, where we're going to document all this stuff, and we're going to build in public the rules and regulations, and then I'll probably shorten them up to send to the Alliance in-game as well, because some number of people aren't in Discord. Let's get after it. All right, here we go, baby. We're going to write it all out, and why am I doing this way? I'm a busy guy, man. Ain't nobody got time. If I had time to do all the Alliance leadership stuff and YouTube, honestly, I should get out of leadership. I should just get out of leadership and focus on YouTube. It's always 100% of the time a mistake for a YouTuber to be involved in leadership, and here I am, the R5 of an Alliance. But gosh darn it, I'm a passionate person, and I'm passionate about what we're up to, so I'm doing it anyways. Get wrecked, Chiscool. Here we go. There's a couple things we need to talk about. First, let's talk about how we think of ourselves as a team rather than a family. All right, and let me explain. I think a lot of people, they go in and they're like, "Our alliance is a family." Well, families, when you're blood relatives with somebody, you tolerate the stupid stuff. A high-end sports team does not do that. I think a sports team is a better metaphor. So let's just write all this down, okay? So, SQD operates like a high-performing sports team. Everyone brings great individual contributions, different perspectives, but at the end of the day, is expected to show up for the team. And let's say, and different strengths / perspectives. But at the end of the day, is expected to show up for the team to perform. This, of course, makes sense. When 29 people show up to Foundry, right? You see where this is going, chat? You ever had people not show up to Foundry? This, of course, makes sense. When 29 people show up to Foundry, it's not fair to them when someone else on the team couldn't bother to show for the time they requested to attend. Okay? Now, of course, it's okay to, when you have an emergency or something comes up and you let the officer team know in advance. We are incredibly understanding. Okay? Along those lines, we've got a vacation chat in Discord. If you're ever going on vacation and expect to be away from the game for an extended period of time, simply go in and post in the #vacation channel that you'll be away. No problem. Right? Like, obviously. Right? No No one is going to ask to, see the doctor's note. But just let us know if you're away for an extended period. Easy. If you're not in Discord, simply message an officer and ask them to post it in the vacation channel. Right? Easy. So we have a record. To that, okay. Now, here's call me crazy, chat, but I expect people to be online every day. If you're not online multiple times a day doing your lighthouse quests, you should just join some other alliance, right? Like, hey, look, we're like top 5 in the neighborhood, number 1 in the state. Like, the people who are in my alliance, they should all go, like, effing obviously, you should be logging in multiple times a day. Like, the idea that someone wouldn't log in multiple times per day and do all these things is offensive to someone who is active in this game at a top level. It is, right? Like, I'm not saying you have to be that active, okay? I'm just saying, in my alliance, base level expectation, right? Like, so let's get this down. So, with regard to expected activity level, because we are operating as a high-performing sports team, I should say similar to, I don't need to say that. I guess I can just say, we expect you to be on multiple times per day. Multiple times per day. At a minimum, collecting all the awesome free value you get from lighthouse quests, etc. Like effing obviously, right? Like, if you wanted a casual more alliance, like if you wanted a more casual alliance, that's no problem. We've got other great alliances, great, incredibly well-run alliances in the state that you can join. So if we see that you're inactive for over a day and hadn't reached out to an officer, at some point, you'll get bumped down to rank 1. Okay. This is a good segue to talk about ranks in the alliance. During each transfer cycle, players get bumped down to rank 1 to let them know that they are in jeopardy of being removed from the alliance to make space for players that are a better fit. To be perfectly honest, the bar for avoiding being placed in rank 1 is insanely low. Our only ask is active daily, right? Participates at the minimum level in events, alliance mobilization. We have a 3K, 2.5 to 3K minimum that we always announce at the event start. Besides which, like, chat, like, what the hell? Like, guys, like, you want the rewards anyways. You can do this for literally free to play. Like, effing obviously you should be contributing to AM some amount to get your rewards, and we're asking for like a little more than that for everybody to do. Everybody does their part. See point number 1, sports team. Everyone shows up for the team, right? Active daily, participates at a minimum level in events, follows rules, follows basic common sense rules for example, not solo hitting a stronghold. Oh my God. We had somebody do this. They solo hit a stronghold after like the marker said not to do it. We're 9+ months into the game. This person was not brand new to the Alliance or the state. Like, nope. And what I'll say is, our only ask is active participant does not create trauma, right? Fundamentally, officers are going to, and I guess I should do it like this so you can see better. Fundamentally, officers are going to be, how do I say this? When someone is being reduced in rank, the officers are basically gathering data points, right? I don't know, interpreting the data points of your behavior and plotting them on a graph. And if the line is trending in the direction of not being a fit, we do the courtesy, I can spell, of letting you know so that you can either, one, find a better place to go, or I'll say, realize you're missing the mark so you can improve and stay, or two, find a better place to go. Have more time to find a better place to go, right? Like, easy. All right, now I do need to go backwards and add something here, which is get yourself zeroed in SVS by not bubbling after having not showed up to help the team win the castle in SVS. That shit drives me insane. We had some people I put in rank 1 because I was like, I don't remember you in the fight and you're getting yourself zeroed. Like, no, I'm sorry. Like, I get that people sleep in and they forget, blah, blah, blah. But if everybody did that, then we don't win SVS. Like, it's actually like, and you know, I'll add to this and say, typically, this alone is not a reason to bump someone down to rank 1. But when combined with other factors, we start to see a trend, right? And we had like several people last SVS where it was like, you didn't contribute AM and you got yourself zeroed and weren't bubbled. Like, that little awareness of what the hell is happening in the game, I'm sorry, gotta go. Like, not a fit. That's okay. Just not a fit for us, right? Like, you know, like, if you're gonna just be effing around and be super casual, that's okay. Just not in our alliance. Because also, like, obviously, like, guys, I'm gonna give you a pro tip. If you care about your account and you're not gonna be online, just use a 24-hour shield. Like, the extent to which this is preventable is like it's so preventable. It's so preventable. So there's like a miss on judgment, a miss on level of attentiveness, a miss on level of commitment, unlike the rest of the team. And you have to think, if everybody behaved like this, what's this team look like? And I'll say this. The reason this is important, right, is to maintain a culture of excellence, right? Like, nothing frustrates a top contributing player more than seeing other people squeak by, eating off their efforts, off the fruits of their labor, right? Like, mooching and not contributing. Right? Like, A players attract A players. B players attract C players. And C players make A players want to quit. So, right? Like, something that is completely counterintuitive in this genre, but has proven true in every single game I've played in this genre, is that you must cater to your most committed players. If you do not, those players leave. And all you're left with is the players who weren't contributing anyways. So you may as well, right, cater to your top end so that not only does your alliance perform, but you actually retain and attract more top players. Like, effing obviously. Right? Now, I say effing obviously, but this is counterintuitive because the reason this is counterintuitive is that people think you're being mean or rude to lower contrib players, right? But the reality is that you're coddling like adults who are performing poorly, who obviously, how do I want to say this? Who obviously don't care about the game or the team, or more importantly, let's say, care about the team as much as everybody else, who gave an F and showed up. Right? Like, the reason this is counterintuitive is that people think you're being mean or rude to the low contrib players. The reality, so when you're kind, so when you're too permissive of low performance, low contrib behavior, you're actually being deeply offensive to your best contributors. And once you understand that, you understand why they absolutely must be the priority. Now, again, I'm not asking, we're not asking for everyone to live in the game. This is all just super common sense. I don't want to say common sense because I just said it was counterintuitive. This is all just explaining the rationale for why it is that we have very basic contribution requirements. The reason we keep those requirements so insanely low is that it makes it easy to understand that anyone not fulfilling them is not a fit. In other words, like, if you put the minimum too high, okay, like they might kind of be a fit. You have a conversation about it. Like, the whole point of setting the bar stupid low is that it's like really obvious, like obviously not a fit if they don't hit a low bar. That's why I like really, really low bars, because you don't have to like second guess yourself if they miss the low bar. It's like, nah, that's a stupid low bar. All right. Now look, so with all that said, with all that out of the way, let's talk about culture. Not only are we modeling ourselves after a sports team, what do I want to say here? Nah, I don't think that I need to say that, actually. What I want to say is, in order, like, my goal is for everyone to be having fun. Yeah, let's go this route. And to be playing with people who are approximately as invested mentally / emotionally in having fun with this team and with this game, right? So to that end, here's a few things that help keep things fun, right? One, always assume best intention. This is a big one. This is huge. We have, right, like we're an international team assembling, you know, in some cases with people join, like, let me say it this way, right? Like, we're an international team that every transfer cycle brings new people into the group. Rather than assume someone meant something hurtful or mean, let's do each other the courtesy of assuming that they mean well. You can still talk with them. You should still, right, like, clarify / resolve things, but let's not jump to the worst possible conclusion when someone says something. Right? Like, I feel like that one rule, to the point of the title of this video and the way I started the video, this. You do this and you solve so many problems. Like, so many problems. Oh my God. One, assume best intention. Two, as passionate as you may be about politics, it's probably for the best to leave politics out. Right? We haven't ever had a problem with that, I would say, but I'm making, you know, I'm documenting everything. So may as well document. By the way, I'm not just going to send this to the Alliance, although I am going to publish it to YouTube. So I guess what I'll do is say draft, going to review with officers before actually distributing. This is not final. This is just my thoughts. Okay. I'm probably going to come up with other stuff up here. So with regard to, I don't know, things you need to know about how we run events. Let's freaking do this, chat. Bear trap. We arrange teleports so the highest damage players are, I should say rallies, are closest to the bear. And if you're not participating, bear trap, like, it doesn't matter if you're FC 2000. We're going to teleport. We're going to place other players closer to the bear who actually set rallies. Right? Like, obviously. Let's talk about Foundry / Canyon / any event requiring attendance. Let's do it like this, actually. Events requiring registration. This is what we mean. So Foundry, Canyon, etc. When you okay, this is a big one. When you respond with the time, that's that you want. How do I want to say this? When you respond to the in-game prompt for your preferred time, we treat that as a commitment to attend. If you cannot attend this week, don't register for a time. Just leave it blank. Okay? Just leave it blank. If you get registered for an event and do not attend that event, we track this. Okay? You won't be registered. You won't be, how do I want to say this? We track this, okay? And here's what I'll say. If you let an officer know that you had I don't know, something come up, IRL, no penalty, no problem. This is why we have subs, okay? This is fine. This is completely fine, right? Like sometimes, you know, sometimes players on a sports team they miss the game, right? Like whatever, as long as you weren't, you know, whatever it is, like we're not going to check that the dog ate your homework or whatever. You just got to tell us it happened. And, you know, realistically, it's like an IRL thing, right? If you don't let an officer know that you had something come up IRL, we'll assume that you didn't prioritize attending. Right? Like really simple. We'll assume you didn't prioritize showing up for the team. We won't register you again for events until you do a makeup to demonstrate that you are actually serious about participating. And some people are going to be like, wow, you guys are effing assholes. But like, no. How many of you, I swear to God, every officer and every player who actually shows up to Foundry knows how frustrating it is when you and everybody else shows up, but a whole bunch of people didn't. I know it. You know it. If you care, you care. And the people that don't give an F don't show up. We all know this. The makers of the game made a meme of this where they're like, time to register for Foundry. And it was a picture of everybody there in standing to be there. And then time for Foundry. And then nobody was there. Like even the makers of the game know this is bullshit. Okay. So to that end, we're not registering you again until you do a makeup to demonstrate you're actually serious about participating. The way this works is you let us know which time you want to attend. We won't register, and we'll check to see if you're online during the event, during that event time. Yeah. I'll say unless we're hurting for players, we're not going to register you. But we are, yeah, so you see how this works? We are going to check to see if you're online during the event time. This will clear the black mark from your record, and we'll register you for events again moving forward. For players that have been with the team for a long time and have a record of not missing events, we probably won't bother with any of this. Right? Like, this is mostly intended to set a clear expectation with new joiners to the Alliance that event registration is taken seriously. Right? I think all of that is beyond fair. And if you don't prioritize the people that show up for the events, then guess who's going to stop showing up to events and join some other alliance that cares about them? Obviously. Right? Like, I feel like an asshole, but like, I know from time years in this genre. This is my small channel. If you're new here, consider subscribing. This is my small channel. My big channel is 255,000 subscribers. I've been playing city building war games for 7 years across way more than 7 games. It's all the same in every game. And this is the truth. You don't have to like it, but this is the way we're going to approach it. Assuming that the officer team and the SQD actually approves all of this multi-page nonsense that I've written up, okay? I feel like this video is kind of long enough already, and I feel like I have enough to review with the officer team that I think I'm going to pause here, and I feel like you do these things right, and you already have cut like 99% of the like sources of drama, maybe more like 80% of the sources of drama, you know, out of your state and your alliance. And I'm sure there's more things I will add to this, but 30 minutes in, this is a good start. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Well, this was honestly more fun than I expected to go and do, and I hope this provides value to some folks. I think that it will. And I need you to let me know in the comments, or I'm not going to do this again. All right? Thanks for your support. I appreciate you. Until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Take care, everybody.